So yesterday, Jon Gruden and the Oakland Raiders absolutely shocked the NFL world with one of the biggest trades in NFL history as they send future Hall of Famer NFL current superstar Khalil Mack to the Chicago Bears for a 2019 and 2020 first round draft pick, a third round draft pick in 2020, and a sixth round draft pick in 2019 to acquire Khalil Mack, and also received a second round draft pick and a fifth round draft pick in 2020. Now there's all kinds of different opinions on this trade across the sports world, but today we're going to test this trade in one of the most intelligent AI minds in the universe, Madden 19 trade logic. Madden 19 trade logic. Crazy, right? Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another Madden 19 video, as today we are going to be attempting real life NFL trades in Madden 19. Today we are going to be testing out some of the most recent trades that have gone down in the NFL leading up to week 1 of the regular season, and it's going to end off with the big blockbuster Khalil Mack trade to see if it would actually happen in Madden 19. And if these trades don't actually go through in Madden 19, we'll see what Madden 19 thinks it would actually take for these players to be traded away. So hopefully guys do enjoy today's video, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes on today's video. Be sure to subscribe if you are new, turn on the notification bell if you haven't, and in the comment section below I do want you guys to let me know what you think about the Khalil Mack trade. I want you to let me know how crazy you think Jon Gruden is on a scale of 1 to 10. But with that said, let's get into the first trade of today's video, and that is the trade that happened about a month ago when Coleman was traded to the Buffalo Bills for a 2027th round draft pick. And it's kind of funny because it seems like now the Bills just wasted that draft pick because they cut Coleman, but I still do want to see, because Coleman is pretty highly rated in Madden 19. So as you guys see, Coleman is a 77 overall wide receiver in Madden 19, and I'm about 117% sure that a 7th round draft pick from 2020 isn't even going to go up like a centimeter. So in the trade interest level, so submit this through, and yep, went up about like 2 centimeters. So according to Madden 19, it would probably take about, that's like, god dang, dude, it's like 25 2027th round draft picks it would take to bring in Coleman, which in real life, it only took 1. Now, let's see what it actually would have taken, according to Madden 19, for the Buffalo Bills to actually bring in Coleman to the organization, which they cut like a month later. But let's see draft pick wise. So how about just a 3rd round draft pick for Coleman, which is a pretty big difference from a 2027th round draft pick. Submit this through, and see, that wasn't even accepted. So now let's go to one of their running backs, Chris Ivory. Let's see about this. I think this probably should be accepted. So submit this through, and it was. But according to Madden 19, it takes a 3rd round draft pick and their 2nd string running back to bring in a player which in real life only took a 2027th round draft pick. Mental. So the next trade we are going to try to complete, which happened in real life actually just yesterday, is when the Oakland Raiders acquired their new backup quarterback, A.J. McCarron, from the Buffalo Bills for a 5th round draft pick. And I'm pretty sure, once again, you're going to need a lot more than a 5th round draft pick to bring in a pretty decent rated quarterback from Madden 19. 71 overall, A.J. McCarron, who was supposed to be the starting quarterback, didn't play that well in the preseason, and now is going to be a backup with the Raiders, who did cut Connor Cook yesterday. So, I mean, A.J. McCarron, definitely not a bad backup quarterback. But a 5th round draft pick from 2019, pretty sure, once again, not even going to be close. So, kind of like the last trade we tried, this would probably take about 15 5th round draft picks to bring in A.J. McCarron. Now, let's see what it's actually going to take. So, since they also need a quarterback, what if we threw in like an E.J. Manuel to send back to them? And also they need a defensive tackle. So we have a ton of good defensive tackles, so maybe one of these 2 guys. They want Mario Edwards. So how about Mario Edwards straight up for A.J. McCarron? That's actually going to be accepted for sure, so I'm not going to do that. So that kind of just is stupid. But we'll go to a running back. About Doug Martin and a 4th round draft pick. How about this? They actually do want Doug Martin straight up. So I think this will actually be accepted, which is kind of surprising. And yeah, so that shocks me. But in Madden 19, it takes Doug Martin. So actually, some people would say that's less value than a 5th round draft pick. So that just is crazy. Like, Madden is just crazy. So the next trade we are going to try and attempt is when the New York Jets sent backup quarterback Teddy Bridgewater and a 6th round draft pick to the New Orleans Saints for a 3rd round draft pick. Now, I do want to talk about this one just for a second because I think this trade was absolutely incredible for the Saints. Now, for the Jets and for Teddy Bridgewater, well, for the Jets specifically, I think they're a bunch of freaking morons. And I hate this for Teddy Bridgewater. Why? Because Teddy Bridgewater has been one of my favorite players in the NFL ever. Well, one of my favorite players ever since he played at Louisville. And I knew for a fact, well, at least I thought he was going to be incredible in the NFL. He showed signs of that, and then he had like 2 years of his career already just completely stolen from him. I believe he should be starting in the NFL right now. So I just wish Teddy Bridgewater was in a scenario where we could start right now, and I still feel like he should be starting for the Jets right now over Sam Darnold. I mean, that's my opinion. Maybe it's a little bit biased. But anyways, I mean, it is still a decent situation for him because he's going to be learning from an incredible quarterback in Drew Brees until he retires, and he's going to start for the Saints. But I still feel like he's already had so much time stolen from him, which he could be already had been starting in the NFL during that time. But, I mean, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. But anyways, I still think the Saints absolutely just completely just stole this deal from the Jets. But anyways, so for a 3rd round draft pick, let's see if we can bring in Teddy Bridgewater. So let me know too, do you think the Jets should be starting Sam Darnold or Teddy Bridgewater right now? Obviously, they couldn't be starting him now because he's on the New Orleans Saints, but you guys get what I'm saying. So to the New York Jets, Teddy Bridgewater is a 78 overall. So I don't actually think this trade will be accepted, but we'll see. A 6th round draft pick added into the deal as well because the Jets also sent a 6. Submit this through and see, it would take about 2.5 3rd round draft picks to make this trade actually be accepted. So I'm not even sure if a 2nd and a 4th will be enough to bring in Teddy Bridgewater. The Saints don't even have a 1st. Submit this through. It's kind of close. So let's see if we can find a player the Jets actually want. Do they want a Tom Savage? They do need a quarterback. Don't want him. So how about our middle linebacker or right outside linebacker? So Demario Davis. Can we trade him straight up for Teddy Bridgewater and a 6th round draft pick? That's pretty freaking close. So if we also throw in like a 4th round draft pick in the deal, I think we could make this happen, and we do. So according to Madden 19, to bring in Teddy Bridgewater and a 6th round draft pick to the New Orleans Saints, it would take their very good veteran middle linebacker Demario Davis, who is an 85 overall, which is pretty freaking massive in Madden 19, and a 4th round draft pick. So the final trade we are going to attempt until we get into the big one with Khalil Mack and the Bears. The Seahawks did recently acquire Brett Hundley for a 6th round draft pick from the Green Bay Packers, and Brett Hundley is a super good backup quarterback they have behind Russell Wilson, especially in that offense. Kind of a very similar player to Russell Wilson, obviously not as good as Russell Wilson, but if Russell Wilson does go down, Brett Hundley would be a guy I'd be definitely confident in to be the backup quarterback to step in, especially when they have freaking Austin Davis. So going to the Green Bay Packers, I think this would once again take a lot more than a 6th round draft pick because Brett Hundley is about the same, I think, rated as AJ McCarron was, which they only, valued AJ McCarron at 2 stars, which means you can basically get him for like a backup running back in Madden. That just shows you some of the flaws in Madden 19 trade logic. So the Green Bay Packers and Brett Hundley. If you're a Packers fan, what do you think about this? Would you much rather kept either DeShone Kizer or Brett Hundley as your backup quarterback? Now for the Seahawks, sending through a 6th round draft pick. Will this be accepted? Definitely not. And it, once again, will take about 17 6th round draft picks to bring in Brett Hundley. But let's see what it is going to take. The Packers do want a cornerback. They have a couple decent guys. They don't want any of these fellas. That's awkward. They do want a running back, though. Do we have any running back that could be interested in J.D. McKissick? They don't want him either. But you know what? Since they do want a running back, we'll keep that in there. They do want a right guard. DJ Fluker, do they want him by chance? They kind of do. So how about just DJ Fluker? Wow. So, that was crazy. So the trade you all have been waiting for. we're going to see if in Madden 19 we can make the Khalil Mack trade actually happen. Now, going into the trade center, I think this is going to take a hot freaking minute. There's a problem with it in the beginning anyways, because in Madden 19, you can only offer 3 picks or players in one particular deal, which I believe they definitely need to change, especially for instances like this, because the Bears sent 4 things in a trade, which we're going to have to figure out how to, equal, the same value in a trade. But anyways, get what I'm saying. It's going to be hard to try to, completely make this similar like it was in real life, but I'll try my absolute best. So the Chicago Bears send a first-round draft pick from 2019, a 2020 first-round draft pick, and a third-round draft pick in 2020. Now, to the Oakland Raiders, who also sent back a 2023rd and a 2026 round, or 2025th round draft pick, that is. Now, the only way to make this completely accurate, because they also sent in the 2019 6th-round draft pick, I'm going to make this a 2020 2nd-round draft pick to try to make it as similar as value as possible, because adding in the 2019 6th-round draft pick. Now, submitting this through, and it was declined like I expected. So what they said off the bat was that it was probably going to take a player to make this deal actually be accepted. It looked like the Raiders were wanting a player with draft picks, but it ended up only being draft picks. So we're going to have to probably throw in a player to make this deal actually be accepted like it was in real life. So according to Madden 19, this trade would not have been accepted. So we'll probably have to throw in a pretty good freaking player to make this trade actually be accepted. So let's see all of our players. Who would they want at a position of need? They need Kyle Fuller, because they do need a corner. Now, would this be accepted? And it was declined. So maybe it will take 2 players, or maybe a 2019 draft pick. We only have a 3rd. So instead of the 1st from next year, maybe a 3rd. And that one went down. Unfortunately, we don't have a 2nd-round draft pick. So I think it'll take probably another player for this trade to actually be accepted. So with that said, they need a defensive tackle. Eddie Goldman, a young D tackle. I think this trade will actually be accepted, and it was. So according to Madden 19, Kyle Fuller and Eddie Goldman added into a deal is more value than a 2020 first-round draft pick, a 2019 6th-round draft pick, and a 2020 3rd-round draft pick. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. Let me know if any other video ideas you have in the comment section below. Once again, let me know who you think won this deal, the Raiders or the Bears. Be sure to subscribe if you are new. Turn on the notification bell if you haven't. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. God bless and peace.